Right, let's do this. Let's get everyone. Oh, hello, mate. How you doing? Good, 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 good. Let's get some. Let's log in. Let's get some stuff on the go. Let's have a go. Let's have a go. Right, that's all good. That's all done. Oh, that's awesome. Fantastic. All right, good, done. It's on as well. There we are. Let's get some. Let's get that over here. Let's get rid of that. Let's go to here. Let's go to advanced, share, do that. Okay, and then let's get here as well. Make all. That way we're good. Yeah. Oh. Good, good, good. Right. Hello, hello, welcome everyone. How you doing? Doing all right, I suppose. Personally, just got caught up. There was a road traffic accident, so I was being delayed. Yeah, but eventually managed to get here. So yeah, good. Welcome everyone. Hope everyone's doing all right. Hope it's warm and sunny near where you are in the world. And yeah, just yeah. Hey Tyson, JFX. Yeah, I know, right? Can't wait for warmer days. I know. Right, so there we go. Done. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Right, what we got? What's going on? Let's have a look. So I've been looking at the pound pairs. Snowed overnight there. Where are you, Hassan? Whereabouts are you in Canada? Toronto. Okay. I like Toronto. Toronto's a nice city. Ah, good, good, good. Cold and gloomy. No, it's spring in the UK. It's nice now. Seeing some decent weather. Health yourself. I like that. That's a good name. Uh, Great work. Thank you. We aim to please. Right, let's have a look at anything that you guys want to look at. Let's have a look. I did highlight a few things. I thought we'd start with the Aussie dollar. To be fair, pound Aussie, to be more specific, because that's been moving quite nicely. It's been range bound for quite a few months, but I'm thinking and I'm feeling like there is something about to go off with that. Also, gold has just made a decent bounce off 1735 area, and that's pretty much dropping now. There's a 50% fib level there based on that last swing high and low. So that's got scope to go down if it can break on the hour. If this hourly candle, look at your hourly candle on gold. If that's got an engulfing candle, then Darren, yeah, hello mate. If it totally engulfs the previous hour, which it's attempting to do right now, then that's bearish. I mean, it looks like it's about to anyway. So it looks pretty bearish from 130, just tried to go up a little bit, gave you a little bit of a pullback, so we could be seeing a decent short. So actually then what I'll do is I'm going to skip over to that and have a look at this. Let's see if I can get a trade on here. To be fair, it's all a little bit of a mess. What have we got going on? I see. I'm looking at further downside anyway. I'm looking at 1700, 1689, 82 on gold. So I'm looking for further downside. To be perfectly honest with you, if we're going to see some downside, further downside, then yeah, we need to see these pullbacks happen. I took a 764 sell trade off hourly fib, 20 pips taken. What's on what? On gold? 664. Let's see, yeah, that's right. So where's gold? Gold has flipped. Let's get a little something on here, and let's just minimise this a minute. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get gold up because I'm shorting gold at the minute. We have 27 minutes to go, but yeah, we're shorting gold, and stops are going to be above 30, 35. So yeah, what's the date today? 2nd of March. Got short 1728, and stop loss is going to be 1735. It might continue to go up for definite. Certainly trying, isn't it? It's very squared on. 1736. So 80 pips, and T1 has got to be. Let's switch this little bad boy up a bit. Let's get this chart over so you can actually see it. Bear with me. So we know what's going on here. Come on. So 1707. Well, yeah, 1725, 1721, 1725, 1721, 1714. There we go. 1725. T2 is 1714. And let's move that out the way because it's just in the way. Done. I'm just thinking like if it could just go up a little bit higher, that would be nice, but yeah. It's okay. It's you know, what can you do, eh? Let's get rid of all of this and consolidate all of this. Let's go to save. And then let's change the screen. There we are. Alright, let's get it. Let's get this. That's better. Oh, you had it at, that's good. So you had it there and you went there long. Okay, great. It's alright then. I'm going to change this to gold so you can have a look what we're looking at here. Gold is pretty interesting. Obviously a break of 35, 36 area would see it just, you know. To be fair, stops could be somewhere a little bit tighter, like 35, 1735. It has no business going up there unless it's intent on being bullish today and going higher, and this is just a pullback. So we'll know on this next move if indeed it's going to do what we think it's going to do, or whether it's going to curl over and go back up. So that obviously we have high time frame bearish analysis. If we look at the daily chart tells us that we have broken below that 50%, which was support. Key area 1760 area. What's this over there? That should be just a little bit cleaner so you can actually see my screen. There we go. See if that works. Is that a bit clearer? Good. Hopefully you can see my. Good. I'm going to leave it like that. So yeah, if we look at the daily chart on gold, that is what we're seeing, and that's how price, especially yesterday, we had a continuation short reversal. So it might mess about today. We might see a bullish day. It opened at 25. The high was 36. For me, that's saying okay, it's gone up and it's had another liquidity grab to the upside. And because we are bearish and we are looking for 1689, 1700 area down here, looking for a continuation. Have a look again on the daily. Sorry, on a weekly. So yeah, so we're short at the moment, and we are just trailing this down. I'm going to show you the smaller time frames as well, so you can understand why we're short. Just sorting out my stops and targets and everything else on there. Daily to the weekly. Right, so weekly we are holding at that 1725 as a key area on this weekly, using the last swing high and low. Yeah, could we bounce off in and go long and be strong to the upside? Yeah, of course. It's going to be an interesting week. An interesting week. Today's Tuesday. Could we see a bounce up and a rally? Of course. Could today be the start of a bigger correction to the upside? Yeah, of course. We've done a lot to the downside already, and so today's been quite a bullish day. And then let's have a look at the monthly again. And the monthly tells us that from the low to the high, we have a 21 EMA down at around 16. Where is that? Let me just see where the 21 EMA sits, to be precise. 1696. So really looking for another stab down, maybe one more stab down at least. One more little pump to the downside. What sort of a retracement are we going to see? Are we going to see a continuation long, and are we going to just continue to go up to somewhere like 47, 50 even, 1750? That's certainly a possibility. It all just feels a little bit like guesswork at the moment until it makes a definitive move on gold to the downside, and then actually says, okay, that's it, we're done to the downside. Otherwise, just everything, when you look on the higher time frames, it's still bearish, isn't it? It's still heavily weighted to the downside. Don't feel like it's quite finished yet to the downside. You'll know when it's bullish because you'll start seeing some decent upsides. At the moment, we're still kind of just holding to the downside. So yeah, that's where we are at the minute. That's my take on gold. So just been shorting it every time it goes up. Just keep shorting these moves. We're just Yeah, that's a nice little move down. It gave you another potential for an entry. I should have added a position there, to be fair, just to take some off, even if you were just taking small moves and small scalps. But I need to show you the smaller time frame. Let's get this one out of the way. Right, where are we going with this? So we need to get that on there like that. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. For our chart, still showing a lot of bearish potential, bearish price action. We've had a decent retracement up to the daily pivots. Right, so we've got a couple of decent positions on. A little bit further. Let's see if we can just stab down to 25 at least. Let's just get down to 25. If it goes to 25, the potential is that it could then break. Tear on down quite hard. Come on, have a go. So that's what it looks like on the 4 hour. So we keep having these lower highs. Lower high there, a lower high there, lower high there, and then we're making lower lows, lower lows. If it's going to start making a move to the upside, what we need to see is a bit of this kind of price action and a bit of a leveling off, if you like. I'd ideally like to see down to 1722, down to the low 1720s, because then that gives us a 50% correction on this most recent rally. So let's drill down again. Let's have a look at this on the 15-minute. So you see here it's taken out all of the previous low. In terms of the last move, it's gone up and took out all the highs as well. Stabbed up, looked like it was going to break the 50. It looked like it wanted to go higher than 50%, but momentum is still very much weighted to the downside, isn't it? I mean, do you see anything? So yeah, this is my markup on the 15-minute. 200 EMA coming down. This range here is what I'm interested in. So we've had a wave 1, 2 pullback, wave 3, a wave 4, wave 5, or we could say it's 15 minutes, so it's just a lot of noise. We'll have a look at it on an hour in a second. First things first, just want to show you on the 5-minute this range that I'm looking at and see if we can make some sense of the price action. So just focused on this price action at the moment, and as you can see on the smaller time frames, 15-minute, 5-minute, you see it breaking. You see it's gone up and it's had a go, hasn't it? And it's broken. Even from when I went out earlier to now, I didn't realise that obviously we did have another go to the upside and just stabbed higher. So there we go. So just making adjustments there. Okay, that doesn't give us too much of a difference. 1722, 50% pullback, because we've retraced 50% of the last swing to the upside, and now we're pulling back. So I'd like to see a 50% correction back down again. Let's scrunch that up, if that makes sense. But first target is about 25, because on the higher time frame, that's the daily opening price, and that seems to be the line in the sand at the moment. If it doesn't break 25, then we're just going to maintain some bullish momentum today. If it breaks 25, then we will certainly go and retest the lows of some sort. Yeah, so it's a little bit messy. We could argue that this low, taking out the previous low, is just a stop hunt. And so, would it present a decent buying opportunity? Potentially, yes. Is it previous structure? Well, it was, but it's gone down below that. So, it's moving well. Oh, you love your quick scalps, don't you? Yeah, on your pound pairs. Okay, we're going down a bit more. Another 2. There we go. All out. T1's hit. Right, let's move the stop to break even. And that's T1 hit, and then let's go to, where are we going to? We're going to 14, did I say? Yeah, 14. Tell you what, I'll round it up to 15. Just for argument's sake. And we'll do 26.5. Where is 28, 26, 28. So we're bringing stops down to break even. T1's hit, job done. Okay, so that's good. Let's just keep this up just because it looks nice. Okay, so T1 hit. And I'm going to change the so adjusting stop loss to entry, also adjusting T2 to the 76.4 at 1715, just to round it up. Done. Okay, let's get that out there, and then come on, keep going. Let's go. We need some Indiana Jones music, don't we? Or something. Da, 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 something. Anyway, anyone taken gold? Anyone made any money from trading gold today? Regardless of whether you traded it with or without me here now. This was just a nice, easy little bit of price action. Thought we'd have a go. It felt like we needed to at least get down to these structural levels here. Look, previous structure here, also 38.2. So it made for a decent target at 25. And then obviously looking for a deeper correction down to about 21 to 22 to be fair, 22, and then so let's just advertise this so people can see. Take a screenshot, send it to the Signals group. There we go, post it in the Signals and Analysis group, because I posted this out as a signal in case you guys didn't see. I did share this trade as well. Yeah, good. Went up with gold and down, took around 50. See, that's all right. Look, if you were able to take like 50 pips or so on gold, and you were converting that into a percentage of, say, I don't know, making 0.5%, 1%, 2%, whatever it is a day, or you do that a couple of times a week, for example. Oh, that's a shame. Just got stopped out. It's a quick turnaround, doesn't matter. Just got stopped. That's okay, it's cool. Just got stopped on remaining position, but happy with this small trade, as I added another extra position. Happy days. Ka-ching. Right, good, done. Yeah, that's good. So we're done with all that, and we just need to now turn it off, and right, what do you guys want to look at now? I'm going to leave gold alone because it might just reverse and go all the way up. we'll see. We'll see what it does. It might just go and re-tap that high and continue long, you know. So we got the pullback. Still wait to see if, you know, what it wants to do. I think it's still waiting to see what it wants to do as well. So we are bearish overall, bearish bias, and we are just shorting these pullbacks. You see the drops are quite quick in comparison to the move up. We take very small steps to the upside, but we have very quick and easy pushes to the downside, because that's the trend, isn't it? The overall trend when we look on the bigger picture. So 250 on gold, excellent. Big D, that's good, that's good. So keep that, don't spend it, sit on it for a few more weeks, and when the pubs open up and we welcome the spring weather as well, you're getting the first round in, and I'll have a pint of whatever's going. Won't that be nice? $50k on gold, excellent. That's what we're talking about. That's exactly what you should be doing by now. What's wrong with you all? Why are you not all making 50 bags? Right. Okay, yeah, okay, so some... So it's quick, easy. What do you guys want to do now? We made a bit of money. What do you want to do now? I'm done. Sun's shining. Maybe go out for a bike ride. Shall we do that? Ooh, Danny Reynolds, New Zealand dollar. Yeah, let's explore New Zealand dollar. Let's have a look. That was alright, wasn't it? Let me just update that. I'm just updating this, and then let's have a little look and see. Good. Alright, that's all good there. Let's do away with this. Let's have a look at New Zealand. So, you took us out at 33. And what's your target? Leave a legacy. I like that. That's a good name. What's your target to the downside? Going for a pint out. Going for a pint out the perfect draft. Sounds like you've had a few already. Because he trades at hundreds and hundreds and thousands per pip. So, win some, you lose some. Small change. Drop in the ocean. No worries. It's just a game. Goes up a bit, goes down a bit. Why is this still on? I thought I'd got rid of this. Okay, let's have a look at New Zealand. Closed at 17.25. Oh, good shout. That's a good one. Nice one. So you got out at 25. That's all right. Then it tapped it nicely, didn't it? Tapped perfectly, bounced off it. You can see from a daily perspective, daily point of view, that gold, you know, at 17.25, that seems to be the line in the sand at the moment, and is an area of interest as we head into the US session. And so, to be fair, if we are able to break back down below and hold below 25 today, then I think we will see lower, and I still think that we will then see a decent sell-off. Look, there's nothing here to stop it from dropping. So it's just put a line in, it's just put a marker down. It's just, I love it when it does this. This is a price action. It puts in little markers. So I think a lot of people talk about this, and I think just to put it into context and to have it illustrated and a greater understanding to bring it to the forefront of your thinking is structurally when you look at a smaller time frame. So we look at the 15-minute and we look at the 5-minute, you can see that the marker to the upside is 36. Now we've had that stabbed down to approximately 25. That's your little range that you're playing with. It's not a small range either, because it is quite big, really, isn't it? For gold, it just doesn't feel like it because it is gold. But what's that? That's about 90 pips, isn't it? 90 pip range. So it could just faff about in this area, and then what you can do, and what we should do in terms of trading this further, is short it if it breaks 25, take it long if it breaks 36. So short below 25, long above 36, and that's it. Simple. If it breaks it, it will just keep going, right? So yeah, and then we've got our targets to the downside. Did I say 15? No, I should say 14 to be fair. I don't even know why I changed it. Okay, let me just put this on here as well. So so now we have the structure in place on gold. Longs can be considered above 1736, just to keep it simple. This is as simple as it gets, right? And resume shorting below 1725. Then looking for at least 1714 to 15 around the 76.4 as a T1. Yeah, let's chuck that over into there. There we go, done. So we know where we're at with it, and just put that there, and also there, like that, and then we can step away and have a look at the New Zealand dollar. Let me just put that chart on there as well. And whilst this is loading, let's switch. Strong momentum after 30 minutes interval, and even better reversals or continuation after an hour. I only trade gold and have literally figured out the times when there is a lot of momentum, when the price moves, and when it's going to reverse or continue. I found typically that gold has a strong... Okay, cool. Okay. That's good. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. Do you find that around this time, as we transition from the US, from the UK, London, European session, as we transition into the US session, so around about 7 to 8 a.m. New York time, which is about 12 p.m. lunchtime to 1 p.m. lunchtime London time, this hour, the golden hour for gold, tends to wake up a little, tends to see some volume come in and some action. So yeah, pretty nice, pretty decent, isn't it, for that? So we've literally come in now and we're seeing what they call a banker's reversal, which is trying to go down. Bias is still down, strong gravitational push to the downside. New Zealand dollar and Aussie dollar seem to be very similar as well in terms of how they're moving. Let's have a look at the Aussie dollar as well. So Aussie dollar's still maintaining bearish bias, despite the fact that it has had a bit of a pump up. Yeah, so we need to see, same with New Zealand dollar. When you look at it on a daily point of view, it needs to break the 7,300 really, doesn't it? New Zealand dollar has to break above. Basically, you just draw your boxes, don't you? You draw your horizontal lines of support and resistance. So where price action is, even if you were using naked charts with not much else going on, you basically on the higher time frames, you say, okay, Above this level, 7,300, we're going bullish, we're going long. We maybe ride it up to 7,400 and then some. Below 7,200, so 100 pip range is quite nice for the New Zealand. If we break down and break below the 50 EMA on the daily as well, because that's tapped it as a free money trade. It tapped it and bounced off it. If it breaks there, then it may well change sentiment and start looking at bearish potential, some dollar strength, and potentially then look for correlations across the board where dollar related pairs are concerned. So your Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar first and foremost. Look at those two and see if the dollar strength is coming in to actually weaken those two currency pairs, because so far they have been going up and up and up and up and up, haven't they, to the moon and infinity and beyond, and they look like they're going straight to Mars to set up a settlement over there. So yeah, I mean, if it, so bullish bias is where we're at with these currency pairs, to be fair. But with this sharp, strong move down, which I highlighted on the Aussie dollar yesterday, it wasn't a traditional corrective sell-off, corrective pullback. It was more of a sell-off. It was more of a... So I said it about the Aussie dollar yesterday, and we didn't look at the pound, the New Zealand dollar, but the same principles, same rules, same price action, pretty much the same. We've got divergence on the daily. Yeah, I mean, this is what we're looking at. Let's have a look at this on a weekly. Shows the last time I updated my charts. All right, here we go. So let's get rid of this. Yeah, so that's really good to say that, because leave a legacy. No, that's good. It's good to talk. Good to say what your observations are. A lot of this business is about observations. It's about noting repetition, noting how things move. That's why we always say maybe focus on one or two pairs and just get to know how they move, and that way you know what it's likely to do next, because you've been stalking it every day, every week, every month, every year. It's just, that's it. So it's good to know what someone else sees, because there's devil in the detail, isn't there? So I welcome anyone's observations, especially when it comes to things like gold, which I've been enjoying in terms of trading over the last year. I've really liked it a lot. It makes some nice movements. Not too much, but just enough. They're crazy enough to allow you to get on them, and they've just been going well, doing well. It's nice. It's good instrument to trade. But you can't trade it with a generic 20 pip stop. You forget that. I mean, there, for example, my stop loss was like 80 pips. I could have maybe shaved 10 pips off here and there, but it was a decent sized stop loss. Generally, I'd go for a 100 pip stop loss without question. So I start with 100 pips and then and calculate my risk according to that, and then reduce it down accordingly to make it fit. So yeah, let's just put these fibs on this at the moment. I need to just double check this. So we've come up to New Zealand to that big stab up, and then it was rejected. A reversal candle last week. Again, lots of reversing. And just to address what IB was saying about the news, so the news is always a bit too little too late. When the news is reporting about dollar weakness in 2021, you'll note that when they did start reporting all of this, dollar, all of a sudden it found some strength. during the 2 weeks or so when they started announcing in the news that it was weak. Why do you think that is? Imagine how many people are like saying, oh yeah, look, dollar's weak, let's get on it. And it's like, well, yeah, it's not weak, it has been weak. There's a difference. So as a trader, as someone who's managing risk, and you're looking at the charts all the time, you'll see what's going on firsthand, and you'll say, oh, the news is late. You don't need the news, somebody who just wants to sell some papers to tell you what you already knew. You're already 2-3 weeks ahead of the game. So that should be, that should be your job as a trader, as a risk manager, to already know what's going on. Okay, Zoom's done. Zoom's finishing in a second, so you can jump on YouTube live if you want to continue. But yeah, we're gonna kill off the. I understand, but as more time goes with this, at least for me, volume and volatility to me, and how gold acts have found success, even being new. Yeah, see, that's nice because it can move quite nicely, and so you can easily get on the move. You don't have to sit all day. Like today, sniper entry, job done. Yesterday the same, sniper entry on gold, in and out, job done. Two good trades, bit of money. Don't need to do anything else for the rest of today. Brilliant. Going to go out and have a bit of a bike ride and exercise and fresh air, and just you got to do it, right? If you sit staring at charts for the rest of the day, that's a big no-no. A red flag right there. It's dead. If you've made some money today, you don't need to keep pushing it. What are you still doing at your screens? No reason for it. Listen to a podcast. Do some meditation. Work on self-development. Do some back testing. Do something more constructive with your time. But spending 80% of your day trading, like somebody said that they over traded yesterday. I think they said 13 hours or something at the screens. 13 hours. I mean, we've all been there. We've all done it. But 13 hours? What are you, working for a prop firm? Are you working for a hedge fund, a bank? What are you doing? What? Why? Why are you doing that? It sounds crazy. It is crazy. So... Okay, so this is my take on New Zealand. It's pretty much in line with what we've seen with the Aussie as well. We have a certain amount of imbalance and extension. It's come out really nicely to the upside. It's come up to test previous structure when you look left on the chart. Higher time frame, and then we've had a very clean reversal candle on a weekly time frame. So a weekly candle reversal. What is that? A hammer, a reversal. Yeah, that's a hammer, isn't it? So a bearish hammer, reversal candle, kickstart proceedings to the downside. The year has only just started. Plenty of time for more dollar weakness. Yes. Oh yeah, that was you, Travis. There you go. Over 10 hours trying to make my 10% FTMO. Yeah. See, these challenges, they make you do crazy things. They make you behave irrationally. Trading in general makes you behave irrationally. You as an individual may be pretty sound of mind and all the rest of it. When it comes to trading, yeah, forget all that. It's a bit like road rage. You could be the sweetest, you could have the sweetest grandma. She gets in the car and she turns into like some hardcore... I don't know, whatever, very aggressive and swearing and sticking their hands up and making, you see her lips move when you're in the other car and she's giving way and you think she's giving way and you say thank you and she doesn't say thanks back. She's just like muttering something under her breath, and it's just like people can change. This job makes you change, behave like you wouldn't believe. Anyway, it's an endless buffet. Yeah, never-ending buffet. That's right. It's a never-ending buffet. So don't worry about it. Like buses, miss the first one, there'll be another along the way. Just catch one or two. Do that every day. You're fine. That's it, done. I'm just reading some more stuff here. Excellent. Okay, so yeah. Further downside, you can see back down to 600-700 on New Zealand. Back to previous structure. 38.2. Decent sell off. That's about 5. What's that? That'll be about 700 pips. Yeah, more. That's about a good 700 pip move back down. And on the Aussie dollar, you've got similar price action. You look at the way this is pumped up, curling over. Now, just keep an eye on it on a 5 minute, on a 15 minute, and have a look for any reversal. We may well see some sort of curl back down and a continuation short. So it's gone up, done a little bit of a liquidity grab, stopped people out, and then it makes its intentions clear once it's failed to go high and it drops. If it starts dropping sharply, then keep an eye on it for any big sell off, any big move down. What have we got here? This is a daily. Let me have a look at New Zealand. Anything else you guys want me to look at? If not, we should keep it short and sweet and finish. So if somebody wants to watch this YouTube video back, they can get some insight into how to read the market's price action, or how I interpret the price action, and how I get into a trade, and etc. etc. And it's not too jarring for you, too long-winded. I think if it gets too long, you zone out, don't you? You get bored. I certainly do. Listening to my own voice, it's just it's the worst. Let me just get rid of this, and if there's no more further questions, then we will finish. So take that last swing high, noted up here, it's on its own, like a beacon. Take that last swing low, noted here, like a beacon, both sticking out, and we just put the fibs on. I just wanted to tidy them up a little, just to show you how we plot those extension levels. I think if it'd gone up to 7,550 to the upside, I definitely would have shorted. And I would say New Zealand dollar, if it breaks 7,100, then we need to short that down to 6,750s. So if it breaks 7,100s, then I think first target would be the 7,000, and then break of that would lead to a lower move. So that's that's my take on New Zealand dollar. And if you was to maybe explore the similar price action and set up with Aussie dollar, let's flip it to Aussie dollar very, very quickly, because they are really, really nice pairs to work on. If you're a new trader, fairly new, they're so nice. They're just, you can do plenty with these types of pairs without pushing the boat. Certainly, you don't need massive stop losses. The average price action, the movement is pretty decent. It's not massive, but you can tell when we've had a massive move like we did here, notably 200 pips or so as a sell-off. That's notable. That's a big change in sentiment on a currency pair that doesn't even move, say, 70 pips in a day. For it to move 200 or so pips, over a daily period or so, like a day or two, that's substantial selling. Shows the last time I actually looked at a New Zealand chart. So let us plot very quickly on the hour. Take this last high, the very top, the very tip of the wick, and the last low. Assuming that it doesn't make any more lows and starts going up, we want to see what sort of movement we get up. I think, what if it spikes up? It could spike up, tap 7,300, do a 38.2 retrace, and then with momentum and the momentum strategy, see continuation short. Yeah, whatever, mate. Good, piss taker. Right, good. Anyway, I'm done. Any final questions? We're going to have some guys coming in to talk about order blocks and other elements. How to trade different concepts, smart money concepts, etc., etc. There's other things, so we'll get some of that in there and see how these guys trade on a smaller time frame. I'm sure that'll be quite appealing to some. I've just been putting the feelers out there since yesterday just to see if anyone's interested, and yeah, I think it's good to mix it up a little bit, because I keep getting keep getting told that these live sessions are basically a waste of time by someone, basically. But then he knows everything that there is to know about everything. So Martin and Tom. And throw in some of their, is it the Wyckoff? Yeah, Wyckoff. Yeah, that's right. They would throw some of that into the mix as well. You gotta have a laugh, haven't you? You gotta have a laugh, and plus I need to be kept on my toes. Otherwise, it becomes a bit stagnant and a bit stale, and maybe once you've seen it once, twice, 10 times, a million times, you'd be like, right, I'm ready to move on now. What's next? What else can I learn? There's plenty to be taught. But the one thing I found also, you have to be mindful. By all means, go through the entire industry, learn as much as you want, soak it all up. but then return to, pick in at the end of the day when all is said and done, pick one or two things that works for you. So, you know, when all is said and done, people may say, oh yeah, you use fibs. That's it. I found that when all is said and done, I just come back to the fibs. What is this all about? What? Crazy. Anyway. Right, good. Let's just finish up here. Did you guys want to have a look at anything else? Toffs, you can jump on as well and share some different concepts. Yeah, Chris is gonna talk about. He's got to talk about some stuff as well. He's got to talk about how he's getting on, because he's just taken his first. He's just passed the challenge, the FTMO, and he's just taken his first making his first withdrawal to cash some money. I think he did like 24k. So that's really good. So he's going to take some out. Really nice. I think we're done, to be fair. Even with euro dollar is the same as the Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, and pound dollar. Just look at the dollar index as well for correlation. So look across the board to see whether they're going up or down. At the moment, they're all consolidating and waiting to see whether after this accumulation, what sort of distribution we see, what sort of movement we get. What is it going to pump up, retrace up, continue long, which would be obvious because it's been bullish, or with this notable big strong push to the downside, quite a notable sell-off. You could argue that it was the end of the month and people wanted to take some profit, but also it could be seen as a potential for a reversal. And so they're all doing the same thing. It's literally 2 days into the start of the month, so allow it. Give yourself some time. Don't try and hammer it home after 2 days in a month. Just allow price to give you clarity. Wait patiently, sit in your hands. Nothing doing really. It's all just range bound and yeah, good. Anyway, take care everyone, and have a good day. And we'll do it again tomorrow. And if you guys want to get in touch, or you want to ask me about euro dollar, for example, just send me a Telegram message, direct message at ALX_TYW.